Hey everybody, it's Rob Nazarian with Talk Android, and we're looking at Moment Live Wallpaper by Sock Monkey Solutions. We've done a couple of apps from these guys. GIF Wizard and Task Radar was the most recent apps, but this is a new one from them, and it's a live wallpaper, and it's about taking your video clips and making them into a live wallpaper. Now, the video clips themselves don't just necessarily play straight on your device like any normal motion live wallpaper. It is a little different because it's interactive, so you can create some pretty cool effects. Now, right now, this particular wallpaper on the screen is from Moment, and it's a picture of a flower. And normally what you do is when you flick through the screens, you can see it moving a little bit there, but also as you can also manipulate it by moving a little bit slow, and you can see the rotation effect that it's doing. That's because when it was filmed in that manner by just going circular around the flower. So it gives you that kind of like a three-dimensional look, kind of like almost like a custom UI that a manufacturer might put on their Android devices. Now, like I said, you could take any video clip. Now, let's just go into the app itself and show you what I mean. Now, I did a simple video clip that's similar to that, not as good because I didn't spend as much time with it, but you can go ahead and film, anytime, or you can grab clips that you've taken from the past. And if they're from another camera, you can edit them down to, like, you generally don't want more than, like, say 10 seconds for these videos. And so you could take, like, your son or daughter shooting a goal in soccer. You can I've got one here of my child's first steps, which I'm going to show you. So you just basically go in, and in this particular one, I think it's in the download area. There it is. So that's a video that actually I took with a completely different camera on my camcorder, and so you can call up any video as long as it's on your phone. I edited it down to the 10 seconds that I wanted. Now, the other thing you'll have to do is, if you're using your phone or any other camera for that matter, you don't want to shoot more than 720p, so you'll need to adjust your settings on that. Now, once you've got it loaded into the display, into the app, you can go ahead and tap it, and then you want to basically get the video processed so it has all each frame of the video. Now, you can also add some effects here, like you can add grayscale if you want, or sepia, or no. I'm going to go with no filter. Alright, and now you'd go ahead and press this. Now, the first time you do it, this will take a couple minutes, so you can say it's going to take a couple minutes, and I'll just let that run and then come back here. Okay, so that took actually, I don't think it was longer than a couple minutes long. And once it's in, what you can do down here is go to each particular frame and actually delete any that, for whatever reason, don't look good if they're blurry. So you can go ahead and do that. And then once that's done, you can, well, of course, you can delete it, or you just go right here and save it. And then you can go right to the app and set it as a live wallpaper. Now, you can see the stars there. That means it's already been set as a live wallpaper. And you don't have to go through that whole processing thing when you go to any of these other videos. Incidentally, these two right here come with the app to give you an idea. So that flower that I had at the opening of the video comes with the app. And so let's go to the home screen, and here it is. Now, there is one limitation in that this video was filmed in widescreen, so you're not going to get the entire video, because this isn't a fluid video that's running that you'll see as you go through screens. This is meant more to interact with your fingers as you swipe. So you can see he's going backwards the other way, and then I can go this way, and he's now walking. Now, consequently, on a tablet, this video will actually look a little bit differently in landscape mode. And let me show you right here. This is on an Nexus 7, the same exact video. And I'm going through. Now, you can see, to get the real effect, you want to move your fingers really slow, and you can interact. If you swipe your normal speeds, it's not going to move as much. It's really interactive on how you want it to respond. And that's at the end of the video. So now I'm going to go this way. And you can see the motion starting. Now, every device is different as far as the speed and how much it moves, I've found, and of course the developers have found that as well, and they're continuing to do a lot of tweaks. So now if I move this into portrait mode, it then is similar to my phone where it's more cut off. It's taking the center of the video, so you can see the effect there, but it still works. It's just going to be a different look. So now if you notice in the app itself, the let's see, where is it, a couple of these videos were filmed in portrait mode, which really isn't ideal for filming. If you're planning on doing a video specifically for this app, you can hold it in portrait mode. That way you know you'll always be centered, because most of the time with phones, they're not going to work in landscape mode anyway on your home screens. So if you film it in portrait mode, you'll always have that center. And of course, if you do it widescreen, you just got to make sure that your focal point is at the center so it doesn't get cut off. Now, yeah, going back to that flower, what I'll do is let me move the put the flower on the Nexus 7 just to show you the difference. Now, whoops. If I take that flower and I just show you how quick it is to do, once you've already processed the video, you can go right in, either do your effects. Once you go in here, it gives you a chance to X out any frames again and save it. So now it's already going to be set. It's a very quick process once you've imported the video, and of course you can delete them at any time. So we're going to set the wallpaper. Now you can see the flower looks good, you know, in portrait mode, but if I move it to landscape, it's going to get cut off. So you're going to have to plan for what device you're using it for, and you know, and how often, how you hold a device. Do you mostly hold it this way or this way? So that's what that looks like. Now, another idea, there's different ideas you can do with this, those three-dimensional type of looks that you saw with the dandelion. But another idea that you can do is do panoramics, which I don't have an example of now. But another thing you could also do is actually do images. I did a video of images of about, I think, 9 or 10 images, and this one's already been processed, so I'll just go in, and this one I don't need to really go in and edit any clips because everything is, there's not going to be anything blurry, and I'll go ahead and save it, and you'll see here what will happen is as I move slowly, the images will change, kind of like a screensaver with a bunch of images. Now I know there's live wallpapers that kind of do that now anyway, but it is just another idea that you can do with this. Alright, so now that's live. And then what happens here, as I move slowly, the images can change. So, and I can go back the other way. So that's just another idea. Now let me just show you, I did a homemade video of I tried to do a 3D one, and it takes a little bit of practice. I go in here, and I did just an absolute Boston bottle. And there it is there. And go ahead and process this. Since it's being loaded for the first time, it will go through that processing. And then I'll show you how you can you know, what it's like for deleting frames, because I do have a couple blurred images here. Alright, so now there's 47 frames, and I'm going to go all the way to the end because I know it was kind of blurred at the end. There's actually not, I'm sure there's other blurred ones, but alright, so this gets a little bit blurry here. So what I'm going to do is, you can see right there, I'm going to go ahead and make this 43 the last one. So I'm going to go here to 44, hit the X again, hit the X again, and one more time. So now it's down to 43 frames. I'll go ahead and save it. So those last few ones clips won't be in there. So we're going to set the wallpaper, and that's the current one. And here it is. And you know, it's not I did it a couple times. It's hard to keep the camera steady, but the flower one that you saw there was really cool. Another thing they're going to implement is contests and stuff where where people, as this gets more popular, they're going to upload videos, and you'll be able to select and use other users' videos, which will be really cool, and maybe even vote on the best ones. So you can see the effect that you really get out of it. Now again, you can kind of keep it fairly steady by just doing normal home screen swiping, but you can get that, you can really interact with it, so it's pretty cool. And when you get to the end, you can keep it rotating. So and it'll be cool with some views and panoramic views. I haven't been around any views the last few days that were really cool, or I would have taken a nice panoramic video. Again, you want to keep them to about 10 seconds. This is one of these apps that works very well, but you can see that it's going to continue to grow and evolve, and you can really once you first use it, you're like, oh, this is really cool, but then you're like, oh god, this is going to be even cooler. And that's really what you get out of this. It's cool now, and it's going to continue to evolve. And I know Sock Monkey Solutions, they're good friends of mine, and they're going to continue to make this much better. Now, I showed you the Nexus 7. That's not actually available yet. Probably in the next week or so, it'll be available for the Nexus 7. Obviously, you're going to import videos for that because it doesn't have a rear-facing camera. And other tablets and stuff, others will be will be compatible as well. So it's, like I said, it's going to continue to evolve. So check it out in the Play Store. I think it's I can't remember the price exactly. I might have to correct this in the video, but I think it's $1.99 in the Play Store. So give it a try, and of course let us know what you think. This is Rob Nazarian with Talk Android.